Hey YouTube, Dread Joker here. So today is going to be a bit of a long one because we're not looking at just one 00, we're looking at all of them. So this is going to be a bit of a winded one. So starting off here, this is the basic 00. This was one of, I actually believe this was my third kit ever. And for being my third kit, this was the high grade that got my love of this hobby so high that I just kept going and going and going, and I eventually let the plastic crack addiction consume me. So this one, having been so old, I actually took the metallic marker set and I started painting it. I did this all by hand, by the way, so you're going to see a couple of impurities. Let's get a zoom in. You're going to see, unfortunately, there's going to be a couple of bad cracks, but this is the metallic marker set, and you will get this same result, just without a lot of these impurities like the fingerprints, etc. if you use the Gundam marker airbrush or have an adapter to use the Gundam markers on a regular airbrush / compressor. I did this in my spare time because I wanted to see how it would turn out. It turned out great, and it would appear that I missed his chin. I don't care. This is how it would look if you... Like, I did this, again, I did this entirely by hand. So this was my first one, and it's held up. I've been doing this for almost 4 years. Actually, as of this year, I believe it will have been 4 years. So the 00s on them, none of the parts come in this, like the clear here, by the way. It comes as a solid clear, but it has no color to it. It's just a clear part. So you have to fix this yourself. I use the metallic green Gundam marker. It does work, however, if it's mixed too heavily, you will not get any transparency. If it's mixed very poorly, I guess you could call it, you will get transparency. However, if you use a green or any color that is not metallic of the Gundam markers, they will become clear as long as it is not white, black, gold, silver, bronze, if they make it. The remover is straight up, it is just alcohol. This is an alcohol-based paint, so it is an alcohol-based remover. It will strip the paint off. If you load it into an airbrush, it will do the exact same thing, just over a wide area. If you're going to do the GN drives on the 00s and stuff, the condensers, I recommend the lime or the neon green one. It is the same one, like you'll see the same color later on in this review. But this is just the standard 00. All it comes with is the base kit and 2 GN Sword 2s. Comes with 2 of these, and once again, the clear part. This is me with the metallic blue pen. I did this myself. All it comes with is these. No stand, no nothing. But setting this kit off to the side, we're going to get into its next version, which is the 007 sword. Or, no, I'll save the 7 swords. The 7 swords is probably one of the best high grades you can get for the 00. It has a lot of accessories, so it is very much enjoyable. Moving into its next form, and its next form has technically 2 available. You have, and I'm not doing Trans Am versions. Trans Am, that's just a palette swap to me. So, on all of these kits for the 00s, you can use the O-Riser, I'm just letting you know. But with this one specifically, you have a choice of getting the 00 Riser, the 00 Riser with the GN Sword 3, or you have the ability to get the 00 Riser from the movie Awakening of Trailblazer. These all are essentially the same kit. The only difference is the movie version comes with the absolute most parts in that it comes with 2 additional parts. It comes with the GN condensers, as in the batteries that it had for the movies because the reactors were gone. So it does have them. I have the high-grade 00 with the GN Sword 3. This is a very good kit. It is the exact same as the standard one, so you get the same base kit. But this is one of the only 2 ways to get the GN Sword 3, which is an ambidextrous weapon. It can go in either hand. This particular version, I actually do not have his effect parts with me. This does include an effect part to go over the GN Sword 3 to make it the riser sword. It is very good. This is a very tall kit. I will not be moving this hip very much, because as I was getting this out of the box, I felt its polycap give way. So that means that this one's cap has finally failed the test of time. Moving right along to the GN Sword 3. Unlike the Master Grade, this one can hold it up. No problem. This weapon weighs next to nothing for this kit. You can put the blade back. It works beautifully. This is one of those weapons that you put it in the arm and it loves it. So, I'm going to be taking this weapon out of his hand. It locks into the arm very securely. You can just slide it out of the arm. We'll get a close-up on this weapon, and in case you are wondering how well this plastic is for the transparent plastic, it's very good. The nubs don't show up hardly at all. The overall quality is very good, and it's also reactive. So under a black light, and I mean a very powerful black light, like just the ones you can get at Walmart, it will react. Like this one specifically, because it's old, might not have the best reaction. However, the 7 Swords has the biggest reaction. Moving right along into that, we're going to be taking a look primarily at the 7 Swords today, because the 7 Swords is, if you get the 00 Riser, you get the 7 Swords next. It is probably the kit to get. In Master Grade form, I can't say I don't have it yet, but I do have the rest of the 00 set, so I'm getting a 7 Swords at some point. Might be this weekend, might be next weekend, might be down the road. At some point, though, I'm getting a 7 Swords. In the box with him, you get quite a bit, because you get all the parts to convert them to, but you do not get all the parts to make a second set of. You can make a set of GN Sword 2s by swapping the blades around. However, the primary focus is you get the GN Sword 2 long, and it is considerably longer. So here's the GN Sword 2, and the GN Sword 2 long behind it. It's about an inch longer. It's a big sword. Then you get the GN Sword 2 short, with a lead wire attached to it, so it actually has a little anchor attachment, and this works pretty well. Unlike every other weapon, I actually like this one for the anchor arm. It really is pretty cool. You get the 2 GN Katars, and these are reactive plastic. I just love this rushing energy effect, like if you overlap them. This looks really, really beautiful. Kind of like a little bit of a Rick and Morty effect if you like the portals. The handles just slide right out. You have to take the hands apart to slot them in, but these weapons work pretty well on the hands. These you can actually, for storage, you can see these 2 different slots on the side of the knee, and you can stick these right on. And with the 7 Swords, you do get the standard knees too. So the standard white knees are included in this set. They just tell you not to use them. That's how it is with pretty much every kit out there. Also included in this set, you get, of course, it wouldn't be the 7 Swords G without the gun. This is the GN Sword 2 Rifle Mode. This is a big fucking sword, but it's also a gun. So this weapon would be perfect for Ruby. This would be a perfect weapon from Ruby because it's also a gun. To get this into the arm, what the manual tells you to do is to take this piece off, which is convenient because it fell off anyways. To get this into the hand, move this handle down, move this handle up. Turn the kit, move the handle back down. Set down, not off. Take this part that you removed. Now negotiate with more parts as they start falling off. I'll do this off camera. I will return the kit. Trying to see what you're doing behind the camera is not easy. That's why I don't really build kits on camera. I rebuild kits on camera because I fuck up constantly, but... Come on, just a little more, line more. There we go. And Bob's your uncle, we have a gun. Now I know what you're thinking. Wow, he's looking a little lopsided. Yeah, if you think he's looking lopsided now. Here's the GN Buster Sword 2. It's a pretty big sword. On the high grade, you slide this forward, then you have to parts form these down to get them to come out. There's no stickers that go in here. Sad face. It can still attach to the unit. You have to slide this whole assembly back, and then it can clip onto the GN drive. As so, and unlike the Master Grade, hey, check it out. Look at that. Look at this. Unlike the Master Grade and the Perfect Grade, look at that. You know what you're not seeing? You're not seeing the sword pull him completely over the edge. This little itty-bitty high grade is so good. And you can get this for about $16, by the way. The entire 00 set. The biggest one in the set, and I'm counting the Build Divers version here, the biggest 00 that exists is only $27 for the high grade. So, it's very affordable. It's probably one of the best kits you can get. There is a non-grade, however, I do not own it. I own the Master Grade. The Master Grade is very good. Now to give him the GN Sword 3, it's very simple. You come here, you take this off, because I need his other arm back. Insert this into the arm. Lock it down. Lock this down. Now he's got a big mamma-jammin' sword, and a big mamma-jammin' gun. Sadly, the Buster Sword's going to have to be removed for the moment. And we're going to slide him back a little bit. So we can bring in the support unit. I love this little ship, and mine's been lined for, like, I've had this one for almost my entire career. So this is the O-Riser. Should need no introduction, but this is one of the best support units you can get on the market. It holds together very well. It also comes with a stand. This set also includes a couple of shield parts, but honestly, the shield does not hold together very well. It is worth noting that with all versions of the 00, except for the one that includes the GN Sword 3, as far as I am aware, only one of them includes beam effects. These are different beam effects than your standard one. These use Master Grade sized holes. So these are the Master Grade short beam sabers. So the standard one includes beam saber handles, no beam sabers. Beam saber handles, no beam sabers as far as I know. The bigger one with the O-riser, beam sabers. Only because it includes the riser sword, and I believe they're printed on the same runner in that case. Overall, though, if all that's missing is the beam sabers, not bad. With the 00 riser itself, you also get an action base. Not exactly an action base, more like an action stand. So you do get a stand, and look at that. I'm spinning this guy. Whee! I've got rifles akimbo, and I'm just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. Watch out, here I come. But to combine the O-riser, which does have good articulation on its own, by the way, you can bring out the wings, so you can kind of make your own like little R-wing looking thing. I like ships like this. This is probably my favorite ship, period, from Gundam. Like my favorite little wing support ship. You take off the wing binders by sliding them back, then grab the inner tab here and flip it up. Grab the binders, open them up, grab this unit, pull it apart, flip it down, touch the ground. 00 doesn't have much going on in the back. Well, he does now. Grab the binders. They go on one side and the other. Angle them forward just a little bit. And I want to point out, that foot is not on the ground, baby. Seven Swords Riser. Although, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, I miscounted. It's only 6. Oh no, whatever am I going to do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take these little swords here. I'm going to put the GN Swords 2 on his hip, but first I'm going to get him airborne. So this kit does have good balance. You can see I've got all this kibble, and look at his back profile now. Here's his feet, there's his guns, there's his back profile. Even if his arms were straight down, he could manage this. This kit has phenomenal balance. And this thing's almost as big as my... Oops. Almost as big as my turntable now. So this is a big frickin' kit. Stickers are kind of bad, but it's a high grade. So, but it's one of the best high grades you can get, too. So keep that in mind. Putting him up on the action stand, let's flare the wings a little bit. Now we'll start grabbing the weapons and putting them on. All we have to do is now come down here, raise the arms, plug those onto his side skirts. Now he's got even more swords. If I had 2 more open slots that I could find easily enough, I would plug these in. So as it stands, if you're going to use the GN Sword 3, which he can totally dual wield, by the way, remember I had this in the right arm and now I have it in the left. The Master Grade is exclusive to the right arm. Why? But yeah, look at that. You can combine all the 00's if you want, and almost everything on this uses a 3mm peg too. 3mm, 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 3mm. If you want to use this for customizing, this kit is second to none when it comes to articulation at the $10 entry price point. That's how much the base kit costs. It's $10. Its simplicity is so good. I would recommend it to my nephew, and he's only about 6 now. So yes, this kit is very good. Sliding this one back, I will bring in the one I have painted, because now he's a little, yeah. Working on the articulation. You've got movement at the GN drives. You've got rotation back here too, because it's on a ball joint. You've got a pivot here, a rotation here. The arm can do a full 360. Double jointed elbows. You've got a joint here at the wrist. You've got a ball joint at the wrist. So he's got even more range there. He's got a bit of an ab crunch going on here. He's got a full 360 at the hips. He's even got movement here at his crotch. His skirting moves. It rotates. His hip goes up. You can see I even detailed the foot. I even painted the bottom of the foot. He's got a beautiful double-jointed knee. He's got one of the deepest ankle bends in the Gundam universe. And it goes both ways. His foot goes all the way forwards. It doesn't really go so far back, but you know what? We don't need it to go back very far because it's perfect as is. We've got a full thigh rotation here going on. You pull it out, it rotates all the way around so it can turn its leg around and horse kick you without ever having to turn its back to you. This is the one thing I absolutely love. Its neck is on a double ball joint, so it's got a giggity giggity. It's a bit of a minor giggity, but a giggity nonetheless. It can look up, it can look down, it can look very far down. It can look you in the eyes. Look into my soul. What do you see? I'd yell Gundam, but quite frankly, no. I don't need to terrify you all. I've already scared everybody with how much I love this thing. He's got a big brother. He's got a bigger brother. And eventually he's going to have the biggest brother. But yes, thank you very much for watching. I fucking love these things. I would happily build more. This is the one kit. If you're just starting off and you got like 10, 12 bucks to your name, 15 at most, pick one of these things up. This is going to be one of the most enjoyable builds for you. And at the end of the day, you're going to have a figure that has 2 swappable swords that convert to guns. You're going to have amazing articulation. You're going to have mod slots out the wazoo for the price. It's no 30-minute mission, but for a high-grade 00, oh, hell yeah. This is one of the best things you can get. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the review, please give it a like. Join me down in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have. And for the record, yes, I am going to be checking out the Trans Am versions in the future. I just don't have them right now. Thanks for watching. Peace.